How to stop caring what other people think is an interesting topic because it's easier said than done. And again, we get a lot of people have their own solutions for this, and a lot of times it just stems from just giving someone just really basic advice, as in, oh, don't worry about it, man. It's not a big deal. But if I was to ask you, if I was to say, what you think of me is none of my business, would you consider that a rude thing to say? Because if you consider that as something rude, I think fundamentally there's something that you can delve into and improve upon. Because ultimately, not caring what other people think has to do with not wanting approval from other people. And with that being, if we want to stop caring what other people think, we need to start letting go of our approval, of wanting approval from other people. So how can we do that? If you think about a situation that makes you uncomfortable and you start worrying about what other people are going to start thinking about you, does that start bringing up some feelings in your body, some uncomfortable feelings? It likely does if you're having problems with carrying the thoughts and opinions of others. So when you think about that, you'll get a heavy sensation in perhaps your chest or your stomach, and that's going to feel uncomfortable, and it's going to make you avoid certain situations. Okay, but the solution to not caring about what other people think is beginning to accept that feeling in your stomach, because that feeling in your belly or in your chest is just energy. Okay, and it's energy that hasn't been processed, and that's why it's still there. It's uncomfortable, and we just keep ignoring it, and we don't want to look at it, we don't want to touch it. So some practical advice is to start allowing and getting comfortable with those sensations and giving them space to dissipate and dissolve. So there's a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and there's plenty of teachers on this sort of stuff, but there's a book called The Untethered Soul. And he basically says that these uncomfortable sensations in your body are just energy that hasn't been processed and hasn't been allowed to release. So what you can do is just imagine an uncomfortable scenario, and that might bring up some sensations in your chest and belly. And I just want you to just focus in on those sensations and just watch them and just allow them to be here. And just see them for what they are, and it's just energy, okay? It's just energy that needs to be processed. So can you just allow that feeling in your chest or in your belly to just be there? And as you continue to just watch that sensation, it's eventually going to dissolve. And the more and longer you look at it, the more it's going to dissolve, and that energy is just going to keep getting processed. And over time, that's how you're going to dissipate caring what other people think about you, because after a while, you're not going to have that unwanted energy there. Okay, so it's not going to even be a thing anymore, because you're not going to have these uncomfortable feelings because you're going to have processed them. So that's my take on how you can practice not caring what other people think. It's about getting comfortable with those unpleasant sensations in your body and just allowing them to dissolve over time.